guys, welcome to the video. Today's video, I am on top of the parking garage, end of the day. Tried making this video yesterday. I just didn't like the way I was talking and the whole flow of the video just seemed off, so I just took a step back and redid my notes. My mic was also acting up again. I have a Rode video mic, so I'm either gonna upgrade or get that replaced. I actually just think it's the actual cable that goes from the mic into the camera that's messed up, so that's why you guys see me talking to my phone today. But I decided not to let that slow me down, because I was like, by the time I order another one, I can just go ahead and talk to my phone for the day. I've never been a fan of people who make their videos like this, but you know what? Just gonna do what we can for the video today, guys. But starting off, so I do have new tires on the vehicle. This definitely, I learned a lot in this process, guys. Honestly, just about everything there is to learn about wheels and tires, I was able to learn just because I ended up doing so much research on YouTube, called American Muscle, asked a bunch of you guys in the comments. You guys gave me some great suggestions, at least on my YouTube video. Some of you guys may have seen me say some stuff in the Facebook groups. I think it was 3.7 liter Mustangs, that's 550 V6 Mustangs only, and some stuff like that. I was asking for suggestions. Some people in there were more helpful than others. But also I didn't give enough details on that. I didn't say I wanted all season tires. Some people were just giving me summer tires that were honestly way too expensive to even put on a V6 Mustang, in my opinion. But it's not my money for the people that are running that. But the whole tire buying process was definitely a learning experience for me. I figured out, and I kind of understood tires, but I didn't really know until I had to buy them. I've only purchased tires one other time in my life, and that was from my old 2001 Ford Explorer. And honestly, guys, I just went with what my dad told me to go to. I didn't really even do too much research into that, so this definitely was a first for me. I learned more. As you guys, some of you guys might know, you might think I'm stupid or think this is stupid information, but the first number on the side on your tires, the 235, or where it'd be 255, whatever, that's just basically going to be the width in millimeters. So that's going to be basically the surface of the tire that's actually touching the ground. Then you're going to have your sidewall, which is going to be, mine is 50 on my stock, and the wheels that are, sorry, the tires that I went with again, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then the last number is going to be the size of the wheel, so 18-inch wheel. And that was definitely something that I had to figure out. I just called American Muscle. There was a really nice guy. I can't remember the name. I want to say his name was either, it was Mark, actually, now that I remember. Mark was a really cool dude. He gave me all the information. You know, you can just call American Muscle right up. They'll give you all the information, even if you're not going to buy from them. I did not purchase my tires. Like I said, we'll go in more detail about that. But originally what I was looking at, guys, was the Achilles tire, and I'm looking at my notes here on my phone. I was gonna go for them. They were cheaper because a lot of people were recommending those over the Facebook group. They're a nice summer tire, and everyone was giving very good reviews. The problem, I kind of stepped away from those tires was because no one had a long-term review. So no one really had over 7,000 miles on their car with those tires. And if you guys know anything about tires as far as winter tires, all season, performance tires in general, summer tires, the worst summer tire is going to be way better than any all-season tire. So with that being said, a lot of people were impressed with this tire, maybe because it's the first summer tire they've ever been on. Summer tires, like I said, the worst summer tire is going to outdo any all-season performance. This is just the season that we're in right now with summer, so of course those tires are going to be incredible. And not that I'm discounting those reviews. I'm sure that's a great tire. If anyone has that, you know, maybe you can attest to that. But basically what I'm saying is, I did not want to go with that tire just because I didn't know how that tire was going to hold up in the long run. And it, like I said, it seemed like a good tire, but it just wasn't my option. It came in, I believe, from about $60 to $70. I also had a hard time finding the Achilles brand in an all-season tire. Like I said, that's what I was going for. So I did see mostly summer tires, but I didn't see it in an all-season tire. I even, when I was looking at buying my tires, I looked at 275s, 255s, just about every tire size. 275s are not going to fit on your stock wheels, guys. Whether you have the 17-inch or the 18-inch like I have, they're not going to fit. The widest tire I was told I could probably go with on this is a 255. But the problem is, once you go with that 255, obviously, like I said earlier in the video, that's the actual surface, that's the width of the tire that's actually touching the ground. The 255, you're basically stretching out the tire, so your sidewall is going to be different. And on this wheel, on an 18-inch wheel, I believe the best size I could find that would still kind of keep my fitment, and fitment, I put that in quotations because my fitment isn't amazing, because I could still work on that with better wheels and tires, but the fitment was just going to look worse, guys. The sidewall, I believe, was going to be like 35, and I'm on 50 right now, and I like how the car sits now. It's not too bad. Like, you look at it, you can tell that it is a little bit lowered, especially next to side Mustangs, but it just wouldn't have looked good. There would have been a lot more wheel gap, and I was not a fan of having that. So that's why I decided to go with the basically the stock tire size again. I even thought about going with 245s, but then my sidewall would have been 45, so that's still I believe 5 millimeters or 5 millimeters separate. And like I said, guys, I just wanted that stock stance, so I decided not to go with that. Let me know if you guys agree with that, or if you think it looks fine. I just didn't want to risk it. I don't want to buy tires that I didn't like. But eventually I did some more research, and the tire that I actually have on the car is the Ironman iMove Gen 2 tires. They are 235/50 18s. So like I said, the reason why I went with this tire, I basically did a lot of reviews, I did a lot of research on this tire, guys. I did easily about 8 hours of research, just between calling, looking in groups, looking at reviews and stuff. And these tires are basically, if you guys, like I said earlier, if you guys know the different levels of tires, you have all season, then you have your winter tires. Basically, winter tires are not really good for anything over 40 degrees. They kind of feel like mud. People say when you're driving on winter tires over 45 degrees or something like that, or really over 50, it's not really good. So you really only need that if you're like in Canada or somewhere up north where it's snowing a lot. Then your all-season tires are going to be good. This is basically a nice mid-range tire. Then you have your high-performance tire. It's going to be a little bit better than the all-season in warmer weather. And then you have your summer tires, which is just literally for summer. Most people use that for track. They do good with very high temperatures. My tires, the Ironman Gen 2 tires that I have on my car, are right on the line of performance tire and all-season tire. So this is what they have on their website. I can't give you guys a full review of these tires yet, just because I've only had them on the car for about a day and some change now. And if I'm honest with you guys, I only have about 100 miles on them, so I'm not going to go ahead and start talking about these tires. I think honestly every tire is pretty good. When you first get them on, everything is pretty sticky, but I really want to give you guys an honest review. 10,000 miles down the road. I will go ahead and give you guys some initial impressions on the tire in another video about, you know, does it spin as much on my 1-2 shift as a stock tire and stuff like that. I do believe that these will be stickier. The price of these tires basically is about $85 each, so $340 in total. I bought my tires from tirebuyer.com. If you guys know, a lot of people buy from Tire Rack. A lot of people were suggesting me Tire Rack. Tire Rack and Tire Buyer are basically the same type of platform. I'm sure they're not owned by the same company, but they're basically the same type of website. So that's definitely a route. If I were you guys, I would buy your tires online. The Achilles tires were online. They're way cheaper. The only tire shop that actually has cheap tires that I have experienced and that my friends have experienced in person is Discount Tire. They're the only people that really compete with those online prices, like in store, and they have everything ready to go right there generally. And if they don't, then they order it in really fast. But other than that, guys, buying online is the best way to go, because I went to a Goodyear, talked to them about some tires, expensive, and one, because you're paying for the brand of the tire. That's another thing I meant to talk about. The Ironman iMove Gen 2 tires are a sub-brand under the brand Hercules. So if you guys have heard of Hercules tires, you know, they're not super expensive. They're not super cheap. Like I said, these things are coming in at $85. But compared to the Achilles, you know, Achilles are on the cheaper side. But these are still cheap. $85 a tire is not that expensive. And plus, it was on, like I said, when you buy from Tire Buyer, it's going to be a cheaper price overall. But another reason why I went with these tires is because of the aggressive tread pattern that everyone was talking about in the reviews. Definitely has some aggressive tread. I looked at it when I first got there, took some pictures. Unfortunately, I didn't get the actual process of them installing the tires on the car because they were busy. I got them installed at a Pet Boys in DC. Pet Boys could not actually do my alignment there. Basically not fit on the alignment machine. As you guys may know, even though I only dropped this car an inch, 1.3 inches all the way around, it was still too low, guys. And honestly, I saw their alignment machine. I got up close to it. I don't know how they fit a lot of cars on that thing, because the Toyota Corollas were getting on that thing and scraping. So I was just like, I don't know how. This alignment machine, literally, if you had an SUV, only SUVs could get on this, basically. Like that was the only thing that was getting on this alignment machine. But one of the Pet Boys employees actually has another job at Sears Automotive, their car center. And it's funny because I forgot about Sears, because someone told me about Sears previously that they have lowered alignment machines. Now, where I'm from in North Carolina, we don't have as much Sears. I think they're actually starting to close down down there, and maybe even up here in DC, Maryland area. But they do have lower machines. Now, they're not in-ground alignment machines like a lot of performance shops, but these are lower machines. So I did actually get my car aligned at Sears. It was a really cool Asian guy. He was older, and he actually told me that my car did not need camber bolts. I told him I had the camber bolts to the front, and he brought me over, he showed me the numbers, and I'll go ahead and put those on the screen for you guys. Tell me what you guys think. He said I didn't need them. Generally, everything looked pretty good. There was one spot that was a little off that did need some correcting. He asked me, did my car ever pull to the left or pull to the right? I said no. I could still let go. Even once I dropped my car, I could still let go. Car would not pull to the left, car would not pull to the right. It drove fine. I was just trying to make sure that my tires wore correctly. So I spent about $70 because they did give me a discount. There was also a really nice lady there at the counter, and we talked some, and she ended up giving me a $10 discount. So it pays to be nice to people sometimes, and even if it doesn't pay, just be nice to people in general. But I got my alignment done at Sears, and it was funny when the guy was taking my car out of the garage. You know, I'm not gonna get talking about the sound of my car because I feel like it really doesn't translate to in videos to you guys. He drove off and he hit the gas a little. And guys, honestly, my car, like this 3.7 liter V6 Mustang does not sound bad at all. Like it was so satisfying. I was like, wow, that thing really does have some nice little grunt to it. And most of you guys know, if you ever hear your car from the outside, which is not that often because obviously you're generally driving your car, it sounded really good. And I was like, look at this guy. it just made me smile because like I could tell he enjoyed the car. I do plan on giving you guys some more content coming here soon. I'm trying to upload weekly. As you guys can tell, the sun is setting right now in DC. DC is so hard to drive and film in, guys. Like just driving in general and trying to get my flybys. I told you guys I was going to make an exhaust video again because my previous ones really haven't been up to par to where I would like them to be. And you guys still, I get a lot of questions. What type of exhaust do you have? What's your setup? Yada yada yada. No problem. I just need to make another video for you guys. But DC is not, you know, to do a drive-by, you have to put your camera down. Drive-by, obviously, it's in the name. And you can't do that in DC. Either someone's gonna take your stuff or the street's too busy, and it's just not a good idea, guys. So I do plan on actually going to Lynchburg next weekend and getting my stuff out of my apartment and then coming back to DC. So that'll be another time where I can try and get some pulls in for you guys, especially on this new tune. I still have not done a pull in my car, honestly guys, in about a month and 2 weeks. It's been a very long time. So I want to get a first gear pull in, see how the tires do, see how this MPT 87 octane gas mileage tune is doing. And all that's going to come up soon, guys, but I'm very happy. I feel like I have my car back. For the longest, I felt like I couldn't drive my car, even though I didn't need to drive my car. I'm in DC, so I take the metro everywhere. But it's just nice to have my car back, sitting on some nice tires. I do plan on giving you guys updates on these tires. But other than that, guys, that's all for today's video. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Give me some ideas if you heard of these tires, if you heard good things or bad things, or just give me some ideas of what to expect, or give me another tire brand that you think I should have gone with, and maybe I'll consider that in the future. But other than that, guys, I'll catch you guys in another video.